Over the last 6 months, I have been reflecting on the years that have gone by. I started my professional career almost 45 years back. I've worked with some wonderful people and I've been through many varied experiences. I've had my share of ups and downs and I've learned some lessons along the way, both from successes and failures. I have often pondered the question, what makes a leader? I'm aware there have been thousands of books and articles written on the subject. Hence, what I'm going to share is my perspective on this question based on my experiences and reading. Apart from the examples from corporate and other areas, I will also highlight some mistakes I have made and what I learned from these mistakes or failures. Bill Gates, who needs no introduction, famously said, "It is fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure." Let me start with the essential core value which a leader must have and practice. That is integrity. The year was 1991. I was the branch manager of Delhi branch of Hindustan Lever Limited, now HUL. The communications department was making a film on 60 years of levers in India. 4 former Indian chairmen of the company, Prakash Tandon, V.G. Rajadhaksha, T. Thomas, Ashok Ganguly, and the incumbent Sushim Datta, were asked a question in different locations. What made HLL a great company? In the 80s and the 90s, HLL was consistently rated as the top company to work for in the business ratings. It had to be a one-word answer. Each one of them gave the same answer. Integrity was the key differentiator. It didn't come as a surprise to me. This is a core value which all the employees were supposed to imbibe and practice during their tenure with the company. Anyone violating it was dealt with severely. There were no compromises. It didn't matter who you knew in the senior echelons. I was witness to separations at senior levels. I personally dealt with many cases of violations of integrity during my tenure of 14 years. The person who breached it was not given a second chance. This was extended to the distributors and logistics partners as well. In fact, in one case, my immediate supervisor had a different opinion on a case despite the facts which showed the person had violated the norms. The company supported my position and approved administrative action recommended against the employee. How would you define integrity? A simple definition is choosing your thoughts and actions based on values rather than personal gain. It is a quality of being honest and having strong moral and ethical principles. Why is it an important attribute for a leader? Persons with integrity are trustworthy, fair, and consistent in their actions and words. It involves being accountable for one's actions and standing by one's values, even in the face of adversity. It's extremely important to practice what you preach. That's where the cookie crumbles. In another company, I came across a situation where, while integrity was at the core of the company's culture, the interpretation in practice was faulty. Apparently, the company permitted the employees to book sales which couldn't be executed due to paucity of stock under some conditions which were clearly specified. It was called bill and hold. The employees took advantage of this and started invoicing sales even when the stock was available without adherence to the conditions. They were virtually showing sales which didn't exist to meet their targets. We had to tighten the standards to ensure sales discipline was maintained and employees who violated it were severely dealt with. In HLL, such violations would be treated as forward sales and the employees would be separated. So, What are the characteristics which the followers admire in their leaders? Several studies have shown that integrity tops the list. After all, if we are willing to follow someone, whether it be into a battle or into the boardroom, we first want to assure ourselves that the person is worthy of our trust. We want to know that he or she is truthful, ethical, and principled. We want to be fully confident in the integrity of our leaders. In this era of misinformation, this is a big problem. In fact, there is a crisis of leadership in business and politics today. Obviously, apart from integrity, they expect their leaders to be competent, forward-looking, and inspiring. How do you measure integrity? It is the leader's behavior which provides the evidence. Consistency between word and deed is the best way to judge someone, to be honest. If the leader espouses one set of values but personally practices another, we will find the leader to be duplicitous. The leader must practice what he or she preaches. In a world where trust can be fragile, integrity is a guiding light that fosters genuine connections and ethical behavior. It is a foundation for strong character and long-term success. Now let me end with a couple of quotes on integrity. Integrity is choosing your thoughts and actions based on values rather than personal gain. Chris Kasher, author. In looking for people to hire, you look for three qualities: integrity, intelligence, energy. And if they don't have the first, don't bother with the other two. Says who? Warren Buffett, the famous investor. I will speak about the other behaviors in my future sessions. Please let me have your views on this subject. If you find this interesting, you feel free to subscribe. Look forward to engaging with you. Finally, let me end this session with a question for all of you. Please post your comments in the comment section. How should a leader navigate with integrity through a corrupt ecosystem and succeed? There are no easy answers. Thank you.